In this video, I'm going to be interviewing the CEO of Nextearth. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this interview.
Hi there, everybody, again. It's an honor to be here for the second time. This is my second time in YouTube in crypto, so I'm honored.
Cool. Exactly. And yeah, it was the first one was really beautiful, and a lot of people like it. And like the purpose of this interview is also to give more information to the people to update with the new features, with the new changes and the upcoming projects and features that's going to be for the project. And I think you are the best person to help us to learn more about it.
Definitely, and I enjoyed last time very much too, and I hope I'm going to enjoy this one too. And just like you said, just came to my mind that maybe next time or the time after we could invite our tokenomics advisor or our blockchain architect, because that would be a cool, more in-depth technological part for given topics if your viewers are interested in more details.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, because there is some things that sometimes need somebody to explain it better for for the audience to understand it. We had the migration to the Polygon, and the purpose of this was for the speed of the process of the transactions, the lower fees, etc. And everything is working perfectly. I even did a video like to explain that no land is lost, because some people has difficult to log into their wallet and they thought that they lost the lands, but I explained them how to log in properly and to it's everything there, actually nothing is lost and it's perfectly working. But now in the new white paper we see that there's going to be token. So I would like you to tell us further a bit more information, like when are you expecting to be the token release, and how is this going to work with the lands, or if this is going to be distract people from investing in the lands, or it's going to just work perfectly both, or can people buy with the tokens?
Yeah.
Or how fast it's going to work? Yeah.
I get the hang of the question. So first, referring back to the Polygon integration, it was a wild ride, especially really IT heavy stuff. And when I talked with the owner of other projects, they were really surprised that we did a migration over to another network on blockchain with over 265,000 NFTs. They said it's crazy.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I can see it was crazy, but it was a must-do strategic move. Obviously, the faster transaction time and the cheaper transaction is only one point. I think moving back to Ethereum-based network is something that's also let's say, not just a structure, but an idealistic move to making crypto. Mm-hmm. And also, it will be able to be integrated with OpenSea. That integration is going to be happening in the first week of January.
Wow, the first week?
Yes, on the first week of January is going to happen.
Oh, wow.
And also some other strategic moves why it was important to go to Polygon, but those are going to be cleared out in a few weeks after the token launch is happening. And regarding the token launch, back to the Polygon, I wouldn't say it was perfect. Thank you very much for admiring that, but I think it was far from perfect. And one thing I'm starting to realize that it is never going to be perfect, because there are always going to be some bugs, some glitches. I mean, we are in a startup phase of a new ecosystem. So every time there is going to be something complicated. But what we see right now is anytime you run into a problem on blockchain, it's basically a new idea. It's basically a new opportunity to do a business and then give that solution to other companies who are going to run into the same kind of problem too. So from that perspective, we learned a lot from the Polygon integration. On the other hand, we also met these lost land category things. Some of the people who were above 200 or 300 NFTs, they had to be corrected manually by our IT because the synchronization time was just too much for them and our system didn't let them through. These are, just everyday things that are cleared out in the first 1 or 2, maximum 3 weeks of going back to Polygon. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it was very important to do this before Christmas even though our support in 164 languages is only going to be live from the first week of January, is that we want it to be ready far for the token launch, so that in the upcoming weeks to the token launch, we don't have to deal with the Polygon integration and correct these mistakes and bug fixes, but we wanted to have all our IT and every type of focus onto the token launch, which can be expected around the end of January, middle of February. We'll see when Chinese New Year is, and maybe before or afterwards we are going to do it.
The launch of the token.
The launch of the token, yes. We are having talks with different initial DEX offering, so initial IDO platforms. And but also it came to our mind that we could be launching the token ourselves on Nextearth, because we are also going to, if you have read the white paper, you definitely know that we are also going to do a launchpad. Because honestly, if you look at the Nextearth ecosystem, even though it's still just you can buy the land and do some land art, which is fun, but not really the features or the utility that is hidden inside the platform. But if you go forward and think about it a little more, you know that this platform will be a business-based platform, even though if we are talking about games or any other type of services. But it will be a perfect place to jumpstart businesses from zero, or accelerate them with a large community, or by community financing, or by helping them from IT perspective or any other perspective with marketing, etc. So this is going to be an interesting part. And who else would be the perfect candidate for the first launch than Nextearth itself? So we don't know yet. We haven't decided that. There are plenty of reasons on both sides of how to do this. It's not decided yet, but we're working on it a lot.
I think I saw a post that the Polygon bought also a land in the Nextearth. Is that true?
Could be. I don't know. We did some direct talks with Polygon guys afterwards the integration.
After the integration,
the possibility to talk to them before, but afterwards they instantly contacted us, and we were able to talk, and with the head of operations there. So we are going to do marketing together with some IT infrastructure stuff. I don't know if they've purchased land. I'm not the official person to tell you that.
Okay, cool. Perfect. You mentioned something about the games also in the platform, and I also saw in the white paper that could be other games implemented, and like you're not gonna create games like play to earn in the system, but the others can build on. Or I don't exactly remember how actually is. So if you could mention that how it's going to work, because now what we can see is just a few lands, but not two lands, like just to buy land, but how somebody can build now the game inside.
Look, we have to differentiate two things. First of all, purchasing land is the reason. The reason for purchasing land is that you can become owner on Nextearth, and you can become accessible to the stake reward pool, which is going to be coming after the launch of the token, obviously. But on the other side of conducting business, there are two sides of conducting a business. First of all, you can do anything that's a Web 2.0 based thing. It can appear on Nextearth, it can appear on the map too, but probably it's going to appear more on the website itself until we go into AR or VR developments. The other part is the gaming. If it happens on the planet itself, it can happen in later on. It's definitely going to happen in AR or VR, but for that, I would expect some more time to pass, because in my opinion, and I think I told you this last time, if we do a VR development, we should be able to spend $10 million or $100 million on it, because it has to be state of the art. And even though I admire decentralized sandbox and I love the concept itself, when Fortnite or World of Warcraft is going to come to blockchain, because inevitably they are going to come at one point when they realize the power of the technology itself and the interoperability, etc., then these companies won't be able to kind of offer the same kind of quality service or entertainment as World of Warcraft or Fortnite does. And we want to be able to do that. So our VR and other type of IT developments will be expected later on, when we can guarantee the quality of the highest level. And in the middle time, there are obviously going to be some rendered in stores, web shops, real estate agency, probably everything that you can see on the blockchain industry, from DEXs to wallet, so to the guys who offer wallets. Then all of these businesses, all of these people can conduct their business there, and they can reach the community. So I think it's going to be organically evolving from the Web 2.0 towards the VR, but this can be 3 to even 5 or even more years. It depends on the technology, and it depends on what the community and what the businesses see and want. But one thing that is very important is that in the exact same way as with the customers or the community, we don't want to monetize it as a company, but we are giving a platform so that people can monetize their digital identity. We think about businesses in the exactly same way, because we could be doing all of these businesses ourselves. I mean, it would be the easiest thing to do, right? Have 100,000 or 500,000 or 50 million people on board. We just copy something and then we sell it to them. We're not Facebook, right? So we are not going to be doing this. We are going to be inviting.
It's a huge difference between other platforms, because usually they are doing that, and I didn't realize this, and that's very important what you mentioned right now.
Yes, and we want to invite all of these companies who has these solutions to come to Nextearth and partner with us and become part of the ecosystem, and that way our community will be able to use them. They will be able to monetize the community, but only up to a level where the Nextearth allocational system is giving back to the community themselves. That way we are giving these companies a narrative, the older ones, the newer ones too. And this way our users will be able, our community will be able to feel themselves comfortable and safe, because they know if we offer them something, that is a thing, that is a process from where at the end they are going to receive something because they used it, and they are not going to be extracted from their value and from their money.
Yeah, that's very important, and that's actually now the target of the Web 3.0. So the people who's going to offer more into this definitely is going to win this kind of competition which are now in the market.
I think many companies are going to be turning to this type of narrative. I hope sooner than later.
I think Twitter is also trying to do that as well. Like trying to.
Twitter is too big. Too big companies cannot be agile. They cannot be flexible.
But I see also, like I noticed myself just like doing research on the Nextearth, that so many influencers or companies, they are already placing now their brands there. And I expected that. I mentioned that in the first videos that I did as a review for Nextearth. But that's going to happen. People's going to buy land, as they did also in the sandbox and the Decentraland, just to advertise their their companies, their brands. And they definitely they designed, it's a lot of arts there in the land art, which they are advertise their companies. And I also bought some lands here in Dubai in the sea. I'm gonna also advertise my channels. Why not?
Cool. Definitely, and there is already a land art aggregator site, which I think it was done with one of the guys who did the Kaiju Punks collections. These were the first larger collections on Nextearth. And I think there is already like 20 of these collections put together on one big website. And this is all community driven. And I just love to see community driven stuff. It's crazy. Actually, I'm not sure I like it, but today I appeared on Nextearth. My face appeared on Nextearth. One of the guys did my NFT. Yeah, one of the guys did my NFT. Actually, it's quite hilarious. I love it. It's funny. I'm not sure on the legal side I like myself being on it, but you know, I look at it as a game. So
I think people would like it. Yeah, it's something.
From my perspective, it's a fun thing. Yeah, it's funny, but you know, these steps are coming by themselves. It's just crazy, and this is what I believe in. If we create the perfectly self-sustainable platform, We don't have to accelerate it. We don't have to do the hard work, but the people are going to do it because it's not hard. It's not hard, it's enjoyable, and they will receive back from it.
Actually, it's a platform that people will work on it and they will benefit from it as well. It's for the people. This one is not for
I used to say work to earn, which is exactly the same as play to earn. And I've seen another platform using learn to earn. And just put these three together, release them onto Nextearth. Just think about it for a moment. And then you realize that basically this is limitless. So whatever DeFi can do in the banking sector, Nextearth as a metaverse, basically based on NFTs and DeFi, can do anything that's done on our mainstream economy. And that is insane. And you just asked about play to earn games. And one of the guys in the community, he's pretty obsessed with us taking away the resources from the white paper. And I told him that we are not taking away from the resources, but the resources aren't important anymore. The economy, the ecosystem is important, because with this technology, because with this math, and with the Nextearth improvement proposals, you can bring in 20 or 200 games that can use these resources, and these can be interconnected with other metaverses.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel myself crazy sometimes talking about it, because I myself feel that this is just unbelievable that we are doing right now. And every week it's more and more unbelievable. I like it so much love to tell you the partnerships that we are doing in the background, but those are going to be probably after the token launch, because we don't want to give away our strategy yet before we are launching the token.
What I see as difference, and I like it in the Nextearth and also on you as the leader of the project, is that you look at the things and you always like compare and you evaluate, and you can see the best of what is now, like what that can happen. Not just another copy-paste project that can build anybody from anywhere, and that can, anyone who can have who can evaluate information can understand that just by reading the white paper and understanding how you operate. And it's the first project I see ever that says that we're not going to have a competition. We're going to work with the old competition. I was like, how the hell that is going to be a competition there?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be a competition, but you're going to work like the way that you structure that. It's really impressive. And that when I see that you always look at that one, and that you can look at the future, because it's very important as a leader. And me myself, when I do reviews and when I analyze the projects, I want to see if this can be like this that much in that period of time. You know, if it can hit the numbers, and like always the future of something. And if there's a team and somebody who can clearly look at the future and create it, then I'm like, yes, I'm in. Like I'm with it. Then I personally can take the risk and the chances for it myself.
Exactly. And you said that we try to choose the best from everything, and that is really true, because basically what we can do is that we can see the different sectors, may it be games or services or web shops or whatever, and we can basically just invite them to Nextearth. And then from that on, we can create a very good crypto gateway that people can use, even mainstream people can use. Just imagine as a user, I mean, you must remember how you started using crypto, because I really much remember how I started using crypto, and it was insanely hard. And what is one of our goals, but that's I think not yet mentioned in the white paper, by the way. So just keep this information secret, please.
Okay.
Is that we want to do a crypto gateway, because for the crypto mainstream adoption and to make the world better with crypto, we need to get this to the mainstream users as fast as possible. And what we know based on actually Earth 2's success, and that is the main thing that we have copied, and that's where we jump-started the platform on. Now it's totally different, but the same idea was the same at that point. We saw that the mainstream people are crazy about this virtual land.
Yeah.
Just add blockchain to it and you get real value. Add the economy behind it and you get play to earn games, you get web shops, you get everything that doesn't monetize you it's a fair allocation on B2C level, and it's a fair allocation on B2B level. Who knows when B2G is going to come? But I'm not saying that because maybe tomorrow I'm not going to wake up. But back to the whole thing is then the surface of the planet is familiar and friendly to people. If we are able to conduct a layer 2 solution from the UX perspective, so the user experience perspective, to the people, to the mainstream people, to these crypto projects, that would be a really amazing goal to live. And we are not writing that into the white paper because I know it's already a chewed bone that people try to take crypto mainstream. So we're just working on it from the back of our perspective. But back to the whole thing is you are able to invite the best. And why that is very good is that if you team up with the best, you become much better. And this is very important. And I kind of funnel back myself to the Facebook and to the centralized companies versus decentralized companies, is that for the metaverse, you cannot let centralized companies take the metaverse. Because what we see, and as a business strategist, I see it every day now, and it's incredible. And I really wait to be able to, I can't wait to be able to show everybody this. But what I've realized that as a business strategist is that the mainstream economy is limited physically, but the digital is not. And there are only 3 bottlenecks in the digital economy right now. One is the vision. Thank you very much. We're pretty cool with the vision. And I see overall crypto people are cool with vision. Mathematics. We're cool with mathematics. We've got the guys, and as long as I see programmers and all of these guys are pretty cool with mathematics.
I could see that also on the white paper. I'm a mathematical guy as well, and I could see that very well in the white paper.
That's why maybe we're gonna invite David Taylor, our tokenomics architect, for the next turn, and then we can go a little bit deeper, and you guys can talk, and I'm just gonna listen and become more clever and clever.
Cool, yeah.
But back to the bottlenecks. So the first one was the vision. The second one was the mathematics. And the third one was the IT and the technology. And the technology is being solved as we speak. Every day, new NFT solutions are coming in, new DeFi solutions, new blockchain solutions are coming in. The IT is getting better and better. As a project, we are also onboarding as many IT as possible with agile coaches, scrum masters, so that the whole process will be perfect. So what I see right now is that the bottlenecks there that were on the digital economy are basically gone. And we are living this in these days and these weeks. I can't even tell you months because, I mean, I don't want to go too deeply into that, but yeah, it's just so fresh that the upcoming 3 to 6 months is going to be something that neither of us have ever seen.
It's going to be so fast. It's not going to be decade. It's going to be so fast.
I can see the NFT platform that we are going to integrate, because we wanted to create our own NFT platform with our utilities, and then we found a better partner. And then we also wanted to do NFT lending and NFT, so basically an NFT DeFi protocol. And we found another partner. Actually, the partner found us, and then we started talking. And then now we see what type of partners we can integrate into the platform. And it is just crazy. And we don't have to do it ourselves. It was our business. It was our strategy to do it. But we found people who have already done it and done it in a better way. So all we're going to do is just integrate them into the platform. And you know what we are also going to do? We are also going to have them to get integrated into other metaverses. Because I think that is the key to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And to make blockchain matter way much more. Because now blockchain projects and blockchain metaverse projects probably are loaded with the rush time to market and who is earning more and who is getting larger market capitalization. But I think many of these projects forget that we're not racing against each other. We're competing with centralization. We're competing with centralized companies who could purchase every one of us with in a blink of an eye. And we cannot let this happen. And that's why we have to make ourselves stronger, more widespread, and with a larger community, more valuable, and grow as fast as possible. Because in a year, everybody is going to wake up. We don't need a year for that, honestly. I think it's going to happen in the next 6 months.
Sooner, I believe so. Also, man, I would like to hear you, like as the last thing for this interview, like few thoughts and like what do you want? What could the community expect from Nextearth as a development, or like any message that you want to give for 2022? Because now we are just like few days of the end of this year. So, your thoughts about 2022, about Nextearth. Like, what do you see? What do you expect?
I expect everything in 2022. It's going to be an amazing year, and I can see that now. I go by the timeline, right? So the first thing that we want to solve is all of the Polygon bugs to get out of the way and be able to go on to OpenSea, and also to have a very, very solid, very hardcore community support, and not just community, but every user support in multiple languages and on multiple platforms. We already have the company partnership, and now they are learning the specific stuff regarding Nextearth, so it's going to happen pretty soon. So we're going to do a refactoring. That means that the IT is going to put the code together in a better way, so that we basically get a boxed metaverse, a boxed product. I don't want to go too deeply into the strategy behind that, but I mean, you can put that all together. And we also want to get ready for the IDO with the token. We want to do a fair token launch, and we've listened and we've heard the community and their needs, and we're definitely going to do some changes to the tokenomics and to the token distribution from that perspective, and maybe leaving the IDO and doing our own IDO will be part of this. We don't know yet. Maybe we're going to ask the community themselves which one they choose: smaller marketing and more tokens, or less tokens but more marketing. And I mean, this is, we can list this and then they can decide basically. Yeah, obviously the token launch is going to be very important. After the token launch, we are going to be introducing the DeFi solutions, which is purchasing with the token, then doing the stake reward and doing the token burn. It's not going to come on the first day because it's a process. It's a complicated smart contract system that we will probably audit with Certic, so that we don't lose anything. And then when the token is out and we're on a DEX, maybe we're also going to have some centralized exchange listings. We are looking at a few, but we haven't contacted any of the centralized exchanges. Also 2 or 3 contacted us already, which is very good without the token.
Oh, really?
And after the token is launched and we can focus on the strategy and on the mainstream, not mainstream, but let's say crypto mainstream media, then we can open up Pandora's box, and then the strategy can come out, and then we don't need to build in the shadows, because from that on we will be ready for anything, with any type of partnerships, with APIs, with hub solutions, with many partners already ongoing. They will become public and stuff like that. So on the second half of Q1, things are really gonna speed up. And from that on, honestly, I can't tell you anything regarding Q2, because our Q1 planning was a day long, and it was from the top of the whiteboard to the floor with little post-its on what we want to do and which division has to do what. So it's just insanely crazy. We're also focusing on building the company and expanding the company We have expanded to more than 40 or around 50 people already. We think that around Q3, we're going to have around 130 employees who are in the office. And that's not even worldwide, that's just in the office physically.
Oh.
So crazy many things coming. Also some VR gaming development in-house, but that's not going to be rolled out in the first 2 quarters. I'm pretty sure about that, because we don't want to advertise with that. We just want to, surprise the people with that.
Mm-hmm.
On the 17th of August, we're gonna have our first birthday party.
Cool. I will be joining you guys.
and who knows what's gonna come in Q2, Q3, Q4. Definitely amazing things. So just everybody keep an eye on the project, because things are gonna go exponential, even in Q1. But afterwards, oh my God, it's just gonna be insane.
Wow.
Kind of even hard to consume it as a strategist on what we are planning to do. So it's just crazy things. I love it.
Perfect, man. There's a lot of things I really like to understand, to proceed in my mind, and perfect, man. Okay, I want to thank you for this interview. A lot of information, so I hope the audience is going to enjoy as well. Is going to like this interview. And yeah, thank you very much for this, and I hope to see you again in the future.
Thank you very much for the opportunity again. Can't wait for the next time, and just take care to everybody.
Okay.